Hello, this is Patrick from Expression. I'd like to show you a quick, simple way to put clocks into your graphics in Expression. I have a scene here on my viewport where I've put together a basic, simple mini scoreboard where I have the team tricodes, their scores, and also spot for a clock. If we come down to my object manager, I'm going to open up the clock group, and you can see that I've got text for a clock, and I've gone ahead. I'm going to look at this real quick for the tabs. I've set it up so that it's left aligned. I could put it right aligned. Matter of fact, I probably should. So let me do that real quick. And what you're going to see, the placeholder text I have here, if you look up at the clock, has kind of snuck its way off to the other side. I'm going to slide it back over by going to the transform tab and changing its X position to put it where I want. And basically I picked the typeface that I'm going to use, or the font, so I've got it in position. Now, I want to set this up so that it's a clock, it's a soccer mini board that I'm putting, so it counts up from 0, for example. So the way that we do that is using something called widgets. So I'm going to go up to my menu bar, and I'm going to go to the display, and I'm going to choose widgets, and I could also just do Control-Alt-W to make that appear. And you'll see that I have what looks like a blank panel here. Well, it's asking me to create a new widget, so I go up to the New Widgets function, and I'm going to tell it I want to do a clock timer. So I'll have the clock timer, and by default, it's an actual real-time clock, and you can see the value. It's 12:44 in the afternoon here. I'm going to right-click from there and choose Properties. And from Properties, I get the clock timer widget property showing up in the middle of my screen. And I want to change this to be a timer, so I'm going to choose Timer from the mode. And when I get there, first thing I know I want, I'm going to have minutes and seconds, and that's all I'm really going to have. So I'm going all the way down to the bottom where it says Format. I'm going to change it to NN:SS, and that will change whatever it's outputting here to being a count up, showing minutes and seconds. And I could choose a countdown. For example, if I wanted this to be a basketball game where maybe I'm doing 15 minutes, I would enter that and I would change it to a countdown. But I'm doing a soccer game which starts at 0, so I'm going to say up, and I'm also going to change my settings to being zeros. The other thing I want to do is I want to be able to control when it starts and stops. So I'm going to go to the start function. I'm going to choose for myself Control 1 as the keystroke to start it. I'm going to choose Control 2 as the keystroke to stop it. And I'm going to set Control 0 to reset it back to 0. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click OK. And you're thinking, great, now what do I do? If I look over on the right side, my widget is set, and I can name it, by the way, if I'd like to. So I'm going to rename it Clock First Half, just so that I know what it's for. And I'll have that all set and ready to go. And you'll notice if I come over here and I click on the start button, the clock will start counting, and I'll see that visual representation here. Well, I'm going to stop it and I'm going to reset it, because you'll notice nothing is showing up on my graphic. What I need to do next is come back over to the Object Manager, and I'm going to go to the Object Inspector, and I'm going to go to the data source, and I'm going to choose from select data source, I'm going to choose widget. And the widget menu will appear, and my choices right now are pretty slim because all I really have is clock first half. I'll get a dialog box telling me that this action will clear the current content of the text object. Do I want to continue? Yes, I do. Now what I want you to notice, I'm going to reach up on my keyboard. I'm going to point here, but I'm going to press Control 1. And what you'll notice, my clock starts to tick, and you can see that it's counting my seconds going up. I could have also put this with decimal points had I wanted to do that. I didn't at this point, so I'm just leaving it alone. I'm going to do Control 2, and you can see that it stops. I need to do that soccer game, and I'm going to do Control 0 to reset it. So that's how I would set up that clock. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do something rather unique here. I know what I've got over here. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to create a new widget that's a clock timer. I'm going to quickly rename it. I'm going to call it Clock Second Half. Now I will admit that I'm a barber, don't watch a lot of soccer. I'm going to choose Properties. I'm going to tell it to be a timer. I'm going to tell it that its format is NNSS. I'm going to have it start at 45. Again, I'm going to have it Control 1 to start, Control 2 to stop, Control 0 to reset, click OK. And I want you to notice if I change my widget for this to being second half, my clock will start at 45. And I did the same keystrokes, Control 1, Control 2 to start them up so that I have them just out of muscle memory. Just got to make sure that you set it up right because technically that'll start both clocks. Let's take a look at how we play it back using the sequence mode. So I'm going to go into sequence. I'm going to take the mini board scoreboard out of my scene manager and I'm going to bring it over to my sequence and I'm going to play it. So you can see there it is on my output. And again, those same keystrokes are available to me. And I can also see if I come down to the take item inspector, look at the template data, you can see that I have the widget control. So I can choose first half or I can choose second half. And again, those same keystrokes work. So right now I've got this showing a second half. I'm going to do Control 1 and you'll see the clock will start. And that would be the way that you would play this back during your show.